Hello Leo, and welcome to Sincere Tarot. This is your mid-October tarot reading, and your energy is the Fool, a fresh new start, having youthful naivety, letting your baggage go and just going forward with a pure heart. Or doing something really stupid. We'll see. Okay. What does Leo need to know for mid-October? Please and thank you. Okay. Okay. Ooh. All right. So it's going to be a bit tricky, but honestly, it's not like a huge stress, no massive ordeals. In the background, we've got the Empress. So this is the energy in the past leading into this. So there may have been some sort of, Taurus energy or, mother energy or some sort of nurturing energy leading into this. So this could be the influence of this situation that I'm about to explain may have had something to do with a mother or mother energy. And sometimes we can have partners that are kind of like moms or friends that are kind of like our moms. I tend to be the one in that group. Anyways. You are coming up as the Knight of Swords. So that is someone who is super focused on a particular goal. It could be something to do with the written word, just speaking your mind. It could be having a new perspective, but something that you are absolutely so focused on. You've got a big curiosity about it and you're just wanting to move forward with it. But also, this can sometimes be rushing into things way too fast, which might potentially explain the Fool energy. Rushing into things before thinking, because it's like, okay, I'll do it. Whoops. And it might have, it's going to have an effect on some sort of your relationship. One of your relationships, it could have an effect on a relationship with a female member in the family or a female partner or someone with a mom kind of energy. Or if you're dating someone, a female who's a little bit older, or obviously it could be either gender. I feel that what you need to know about is a particular decision that has been, okay, for some of you, this could be a situationship, all right? Not a relationship, not a not relationship. It's that weird gray area when it's like relationship limbo. So I feel as though there's just going to be a little bit of drama with most likely the opposite gender. Maybe you rushed into a situationship a little bit too quickly, and now it's like, okay, make a choice. And just the fact that it's been kind of hanging in limbo for so long and not really going anywhere has negatively affected it. Because look, if you've been seeing someone or whatever level of commitment you're at with a partner, I feel as though the other person I'll get clarifying cards to be sure of this, may want to kind of go to that next level, or at least say, hey, we're in a relationship, not just this random, hey, we're dating type thing. But honestly, leaving it in that gray area for so long can be very hurtful and upsetting for people, and it can make them feel not desired, because it's like, well, if you really want to be with me, wouldn't you just want to be with me? So I do feel that there is this awesome female energy in the past, but it's kind of not so sturdy anymore. But that's because of a lack of a decision. Rushing into things without thinking and then being like, ooh, do I actually want this? Maybe I just won't make a decision for quite some time. And you know what? I see you two parting ways. It's not going to happen. I was going to say in the long run, but not really in the short run either. The outcome is the Four of Cups, disappointment, attachment. Look, sometimes we rush into relationships so fast that we want an emotional connection, but we're not really thinking about it. And then we realize we don't have that much of an emotional connection. And so it's still going to be upsetting, but it'll be upsetting more in the way of another failed relationship, rather than, oh, I really miss that particular person. It's more like being upset at the pattern and being like, oh, I screwed up again. You're just going to go back focusing on your work, and they are just going to try and navigate themselves out of your lives, but they might kind of check out your social media and things like that. But ultimately, they're just not wanting to deal with this, even though they might be kind of lingering, they're still overall, their energy is moving away, being like, screw that person. And then, what are they doing? So, yeah, but they're going to be regaining their power back, and you're just going to be focusing on your work. If you've got some sort of work in the community, some sort of charitable work, maybe, potentially volunteer work for some of you, you're just going to get back to, making money and all of that. So let's see what clarifying cards. So what does Leo need to know about for mid-October? Why am I laughing? Why am I laughing? Oh my gosh. I laugh at myself all the time, by the way, so don't be offended. Okay. There's some real big mom energy in the past. Like, I feel as though this person may have, maybe some sort of connection with your mom, maybe kind of like your mom in a way, certain traits. Look, when we're growing up, we normally will go after a partner that's like one of our parents or a combination of both. And I feel that maybe you were going after someone who is kind of like your mom. Just saying. And I feel that, like, you did have you could have had some feelings for this person, but you really kind of held it back. Maybe distracted by talking so much. And I feel that maybe you're looking, even though this is like a failed relationship, you might actually be looking at it as like a success because, look, it's not great, but it's better than the last one, maybe a little bit. Yeah, I think that you were kind of forced to make a choice, either by this person or just by the situation. There's definitely disappointment. I mean, you're lining yourself up for new love, and this person right now still has some personal stuff that they need to work through about, like, being left out in the cold and rejected and things like that. So I do feel that you brought up a lot of that emotion for them, which is not a nice feeling, but it's like triggered something a little bit deeper about being rejected, not being desired enough. Yeah, and potentially they had a parent in their life that just kind of ignored them or rejected them in a way, or didn't really connect with them, and they always felt on the outside. And so maybe they kind of felt that emotional disconnect with you, even though maybe you two clicked a little bit more on an intellectual level, maybe had a bit of fun together. Mostly like being impulsive together, it seems, or at least you were. And so it's kind of trying to heal that past wound by finding the person that is like their parent and trying to fix their parent. Well, guess what? It didn't happen. And you know what? They're going to get in at least one more bad relationship before they figure it out. But everyone has their own path. Yeah, it's just going to be another disappointment. Hate to say it, but you will be this will actually make you desire, finding a real connection, a much deeper emotional connection. And I feel that whatever you do with your work or with the community, it's going to open that up for you. So tell me more about this Ace of Cups. Yeah. I feel that you're going to find someone that, okay, this is going to sound a bit weird. You're going to find someone who is kind of like your mom, but like a toned down version, like a younger version. For some of you, remember, this is a general reading. And look, that men and women can be like our moms, okay? I'm not saying what gender you prefer or anything like that. But yeah, I do feel that you will probably meet someone at work. And yeah, that looks cool. Okay, what can we learn from this disappointment? Oh my gosh. I don't know if you're gonna learn anything. I'm sorry for laughing. I feel like you're just gonna keep behaving the way that you're gonna behave, at least for the near future. Sorry. Okay. I'm thinking of some Leos that I have in my mind that are totally like this. Sorry. Okay. What advice do Leos need to know for mid-October? What advice do Leos need to know for mid-October? If they'll take any. Okay. Here's some good advice. The first advice card is the Hermit. This could be a Virgo influence, but ultimately it's saying, check out all of that external distractions, like partying, social media, drinking, drugs, anything like that. Even certain opinions of people, even if they're like, oh, I'm telling you my opinion because it'll help or whatever, it doesn't matter. Any information coming in, any distractions, shut it out. You might want to take a break from social media and things like that and really kind of tap into that old soul energy, because you're an old soul, and anyone who gets the Hermit card is definitely an old soul, and you have all of the answers. And sometimes our external environment can confuse us and make us think that the answers are on the outside. That is not true. You have all of the answers within you, 100%. So you just need to shut out that noise and reflect internally. If you'll actually do it. Let's see. Comment below if you actually take my advice on that. All right, second advice card. We have got the Emperor, possible Aries influence. But this is someone who is quite experienced. They know what they want, they know what they like, they know what they don't like, they have healthy boundaries. They seem to be quite fair and overall have respect for like social order and rules to a degree, as long as they're fair and make sense. Yeah, and so just to make sure that you have healthy boundaries, like maybe you shouldn't be rushing into things without thinking, because it's just going to blow up in your face like it does every time. Anyways, that doesn't mean to not have hope, because your third advice card is the Nine of Cups, and that is a big wish card. You know, every time you have a difficult situation like this, and you have a situation that you don't like, the opposite is what you know that you are learning more that you really do like. So going through situations like this can actually help you focus more on what you understand more, thereby focus more on what you do want, and then you can put energy in the direction of what you do want, okay? So take a little bit of time to reflect about the situation that was disappointing in the past, okay? Literally just 5 seconds or more. And then think about what the opposite is of that, what you need, and then put that intention, energy from your heart out into the universe. You know, make a big wish, and then it should hopefully be a better situation in the future. But if you don't reflect at all and you don't adjust your desires, it's just going to be the same situation again, and a little bit sooner than later. Okay, final advice card. We have got the Eight of Wands. So I feel as though you're going to be very busy. There may be a lot going on. Maybe you want to keep yourself a bit busy somewhat, at least when it comes to intuitive messages. There might be certain synchronicities that are just coming down, like all of these coincidences. Really pay attention to them. And I do feel there will be a lot of activity coming up for you, so just be prepared for that, but you're more than capable, by the way. If you'd like a private reading, send me an email or check out my website. You can also follow me on social media. That is in the description below. Thank you to those of you who've liked, shared, subscribed, commented how this reading has resonated with you. I really appreciate all of the support. And if you're still here, you get a secret bonus card. Knight of Swords. So it is okay to focus on what you want, but just focus on one thing and think about it a little bit more. Oh, I have to do one more bonus card. Also, be very careful with who you let into your heart. Be discerning. Okay? Have a good month. Bye.